Hello, my name's Joshua, and I'm going to show off the first game I ever made to you. This game is called Nemesis, and it's a Flash game. Let's just take a look at it. So, this is a game that I made across the course of 2015 and early 2016? No, 2016 and early 2017. And here we've got the title screen. So the very first thing that happens is you have that sort of glowing button right there. That's sort of the power button for this old themed console that we created for the game. And then here we can see that we have 5 button prompts. It says press keys to unlock console. And as I press each of them, it tells me what that key does, as well as lighting it up. So this is kind of a little introduction to sort of where the player should find the home keys when they play this game. So the next thing that happens is here we've got a glowing button for the plane that you can select. Most everything else, except for some settings, is sort of a dark red, unclickable. It doesn't make any animation when you mouse over it. So I'm going to click the first plane. There's a little bio here, and it tells you some information at the top, and there's a little bit of story. But from there, the next thing that we should do is launch the game. So here's the gameplay of this game. So this is our game Nemesis. It's kind of an infinitely side-scrolling shoot-'em-up. And as we'll see in a little bit, we'll get a couple of enemies that are spawning here. So the idea with the game is that X and C are our two sort of weapons. So I have a long beam that I can shoot like that. We can come down here and see one of the other enemies. There's boat enemies in our game as well. And the big goal with this game was to make something that kind of immersed you in the game and was kind of UI-less. So that's why we had that little tutorial in the title screens, because we want, once the game has started, we want you to just focus on playing on the game. So I'm not going to play for too long, but you can see kind of the gameplay loop. I've got enemies spawning, more and more projectiles are going to fill up the screen kind of as I play. And yeah, so this was the first game that we ever really made together. And it's something I'm really proud of for a lot of reasons, and it's something that I grew from a lot. Obviously, it was 2 years ago, so since then I've made games that I consider a lot more technically impressive. But this one, I really like it for all of the little polish and stuff that we put in. There's some stuff like interpolated audio when you're far away from a source. So when I fly over a shooting battleship, I can hear its cannons get louder and louder and louder like that. So we're coming up on kind of the namesake of the game. The Nemesis enemy is about to spawn. That's kind of the boss monster at the end of each plane. Each plane kind of has their own nemesis. So with that music change that you just heard, and you see with these red colored enemies, they're the only red colored enemies in the game, so you can tell that they're very, very difficult, and they'll probably end you the first couple times that you see it. It's a very special way that you have to fight them, and it's kind of like a puzzle that you have to figure out, so that's why the game is called Nemesis. Oh, of course. So that's our first game. Here we can see the little report screen. We have some scores that tick up like that, and a simple prompt to play again or go back to the title screen. So I'm not going to belabor this video too much longer. Let's take a look here. That's a little secret debug menu that I have. And you can see here are the 3 people that worked on this game. This is me, I did all the programming. And I did some of the visual effects as well, some of the backgrounds and the background lighting. Sort of anything that I could really script visually. That's something that I took care of. And then we have my 2 friends here. They've made basically every game I've ever worked on has been with these guys. They're my good friends, and we always wanted to make a game together, which is why we made this one. So the art was done by my friend Mitchell, and the music was done by my friend Tyler. So that's Nemesis. Just to show off a couple of more little features. There's a music and a sound effects button here, and the UI elements kind of respond to you. When you mute it, all of the buttons go dark. If I open the settings screen, you know, increasing the music, decreasing the music, it's sort of tied to those lights. We kind of wanted it to be an immersive experience somewhat. So we liked to add those little sorts of polished things, and this is our simple settings screen. Here's all the enemies in the game. Everything got unlocked as soon as I clicked the debug button, so normally you wouldn't see all of this information, but yeah, so that's our game. The other thing that I want to say about this is that we were able to build this game, and this was like a personal challenge that I kind of imposed upon myself, but because it was really my first big project, I wanted to learn how to do it without any libraries. So yeah, the idea here is that this game was made with no APIs or libraries. I coded all the collision myself, all the backgrounds, all the effects, all the animations and that kind of stuff. Even all the menu elements. Like, you'd think that you could go grab a slider from online, but even these little mouse over things and stuff like that were things that I had to figure out for this game. And I'm really glad that I did that in retrospect. Obviously, I know now when it's time to go get an asset from online, when you can save some time and energy, and it's going to be implemented in a way that you can modify to your needs. But yeah, so this is the game, and cool. Thanks for watching my little video explaining it, and I hope that you'll give it a shot. If you want to play it yourself, you can play it in a link that I'll have in the description of this video and on the webpage where you probably found this video. Or you can just go to www.nemesis-game.com, and that's going to be the landing for Nemesis. So, cool. I'll see you guys next time, and thanks for checking in and learning about my game.